At Precision, we want to be your trusted advisor.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
If you are catching yourself buying up boxes and boxes of Kleenex, getting ready for the allergy season ahead, you know you're not alone around here. But our next guest promises that she has relief for you. Her name is Jes Fletcher. You've seen her on the show before. She has Acu Chatt here in town, and her topic again this morning, because 'tis the season, are these seasonal allergies that really just people are held up sometimes weeks at a time with this stuff.
I don't know about you, but I feel like spring started early this year.
Yeah,
like,
it did.
It's so bad already, and it just seems super early to jump into like needing all the allergy medicine.
So, you know, if you deal with allergy medicines, unless you're talking about an over-the-counter, like instant relief type of thing, first of all, that's trial and error to find the one. Often they have side effects that people just can't deal with.
Yeah.
With acupuncture, is the relief pretty quick?
It is. So traditionally, acupuncture can relieve the symptoms very quickly. We would typically do several sessions to kind of get the symptoms down, and then we maintain it with herbs and regular treatment. Now we have a new protocol that can do long-term relief as well. So it's one treatment per allergen, but you get that lasting relief for years.
What do you mean exactly, one treatment per allergen?
So we use a muscle testing protocol to figure out exactly what you're allergic to, and then we put a needle in for that one allergen to tell your body not to respond to it anymore. From there, you leave the needle in for 3 weeks. I actually have them in my ear right now.
Oh yeah, this is what you talked about before.
Yeah, and so you keep that in for 3 weeks, and at the end of 3 weeks, your body no longer will respond to that allergen and treat it as an enemy invader. So you stop having that mucousy, dry eye type feeling.
You won't believe this about me, but I promise you it's the truth. I talked to an awful lot of people, and so I had forgotten that that had been your topic last time. I think people in my personal life who know me were sick of me coming around because I would say, wait a minute, I know this person and she does this treatment, and it was that thing that you do in your, so let's pretend it was me.
Yes.
I would come to you and you would first, would you ask me what my symptoms are, or would you just test on your own?
So we do an eval just to kind of figure out what's going on so we know what our baseline is. From there, we're gonna get like an overview. So I'm gonna ask you what your allergies are or what you think they are. And from there we test, because there are thousands of allergens. We can't test everything, that's impossible, right? But if I know you're allergic to dogs, for example, I'm gonna pick the 4 components of a dog allergy and see which one you're allergic to.
Okay, so we'll go with that and pretend I was allergic to dogs and cats and oak trees.
Okay.
Just pretend.
Yeah, so dogs, you have dog hair, dog skin, dog saliva, and then dog urine. Those are the major allergies. Cats are everything except the urine. And then there's like 15 oak trees.
Okay.
So we'll pull those vials that have those allergens and muscle test you against them.
So when you're doing the dog and the 4 components, would you do a 3-week thing for each of those 4?
It depends what you test positive for. So if you test positive for all 4, yes. If you only test positive for 2 of them, then we'll only treat the 2. Because we can't treat what's not there. Right. So if you're not allergic to the hair, but you're allergic to the dander and the saliva, then we're going to treat the ones you're allergic to.
I know I'm getting really in the weeds.
No,
I'm
it's
a
okay.
literal person. So if I responded to 2 of the 4, would you do the 3-week little thing in my ear twice? Like once for 3 weeks and then a second time for 3 weeks?
We'll do them concurrently. So I can do up to 5 at a time.
Oh, okay.
So we can test your initial evaluation like 15 things, and we say, okay, these 5 are the ones that you're allergic to. You have 3 left. We'll do 5 the first time, and then after your first round, we can do the other 3.
And is that the one then that is for life?
Yes. Well, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
As far as we know.
As far as you, so you're doing it right now.
Yep.
And it doesn't affect your life. I mean, you can shower, you can do all the things.
Yeah, I mean, you do want to keep your ear as dry as possible, so we give you like a little shower cap. But really, I forget it all the time and just kind of keep my ear out of the water, and we're good.
Which means that kids could do it too.
We do it as young as 4. I will preface that with, I'm not going to hurt or scare a kid. So like, you need to make sure your kid is ready. Now, if you want to bribe them with chocolate cake and ice cream for doing it, I'm for it.
Right.
But I just want to make sure they're ready too.
So when people come to you, like, do you have different types of clients? Some people who come and they just are believers in acupuncture, they've done it forever, and then others who are really skeptical, but they want to try to become believers?
Well, yeah, or their doctor told them to try it, or their spouse or partner, so they're doing it for someone else, and still it's not a fake thing, it's not a mental thing, so it's still going to have results whether you believe it or not.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, though. Do you end up watching this kind of light bulb moment happen for them?
Oh, yeah.
Where they get this unexpected benefit?
Oh, yeah. Actually, my office manager, Amy, was like skeptical about this treatment, and she's super allergic to cats, but her daughter has a cat. So we did the treatment for her for the cats, and she went, and now her cat can rub all on her face, and she doesn't have hives or anything.
When people come to you Well, I would imagine too, we're all human. So first of all, I don't think you can live in these parts and not have some type of allergy.
It's really hard.
That makes you kind of open for everybody. But acupuncture itself is such a versatile practice. So you might come in for allergy and then find it's beneficial for you for something else down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have people who kind of cross over from different things. A lot of people will come in for pain at first, like neck or back pain, and then we'll get to talking about stress or digestion, or even I'll do a lot of fertility. It just kind of depends what else is going on in their life.
And again, if somebody comes in that first kind of consultation, if they tell you all the laundry list of things that are bothering them, do you kind of pick and choose, okay, if I were you, I'd start with this?
Yeah, I kind of leave it more up to them, but I like try to limit it to 1 or 2 things at a time, because it's kind of like if you have a list of places you need to go, you need to use your gas to get to the first place before you go to the second place.
Yeah.
And if you try to like change midway between, you don't end up at any of your destinations. You just kind of use all your gas up.
Okay, if people call you then, I think you told me before that you do have to do that testing, that muscle testing for the allergy, for the ear part.
Yes. So we have 2 different kind of evaluations. We have an initial consult, which is for non-allergy testing, and that's anything else that we do. Or we do the evaluation for the allergies, which is a little bit more in depth.
So make sure when calling that
let
you
them know
specify that. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, then here's her number for you to call, 708-5651. Online, it's acuchat.com. I didn't want to say this during the interview, but one of our guests earlier knew that she was coming, and she goes, oh, I love Jes. She helped me with something. So the word is out. Thank you so much. So here's your dad joke of the week. You know we love to give you those on Monday. They're not quite as effective as acupuncture, but they're awfully good for your mental health. So here's Jason Wright with this week's installation of Funny for You.
Your dad joke of the week, brought to you by West Yellow Knife Trading Post.
Hi there, and welcome to this week's installment of the Dad Joke of the Week. Did you hear about the very verbose dinosaur? He was a thesaurus. And back in school, I had to bail out of a